Hello everyone, this is Mark from AltCoin Buzz. I want to thank all of you for the comments that you left, the suggestions on the coins to look at. Today we're going to try something a little different. We're going to do a little speed run on a few of the coins so that we could look at as many coins as we possibly can within a short period of time. Keep those comments coming. I am listening. I am taking your feedback. You'll see some tweaks that I made based upon the comments that you had made in the comment section. And let's get started. Okay, Ethereum on the 1-day USD chart. Quick Fibonacci's on Ethereum. 671 as that resistance line, which we saw with some indecision coming in on the day, and then the bears taking control. Our next support level, 554, although we're going to drill down into this a little bit more and see if we can tighten that up. On the 8-hour, we're starting to hit a resistance level at the 662. We want to see that close above and then settle in there so that we can retest that $700 resistance area that we saw in here. What we don't want to see is a retest of this area and a rejection, and then potentially lead us past and through this 626 level. So first step, close above that 662, find out how we test that $700 range. If we break the 662 and we can at least poke through that 706, great. If we get rejected, we're looking to see what happens against the 626. Okay, so taking a look at Bitcoin on the USD 1-day chart to start with, I just want to show you a few trend lines that I drew in here, price action trend lines that we should at least be aware of. If you take these three confirmations here, we're trading outside of that area. We had a mid confirmation level in here, and we had a lower trend confirmation back in here. And you can see we largely traded in this channel. Take out all this noise right here. And the reason I bring this up is because what we don't want to see is this just being noise out here, like we had back here. Now, the reason I bring this up is because for me to have confidence that we are actually in a bull run and that we're going to start getting back into these levels here and above, I don't want to see a bunch of bear candles stacking up in the next few days, right? It's okay. We had the bears take control yesterday. We needed a breather. You can't just keep going up day after day after day. We do need a breather. It looks like we'll maybe get back control over this trend line. What we don't want to have happen is what we saw here, basically about the same kind of thing, 2 weeks, and then a run down, and then a short run up again, and then we continue down back to here. Now, let's take a look at the 8-hour chart. On the 8-hour chart, you could bring this support level up a little bit, tighten it up a little bit against here, which gets you to 88.20, and you could tighten it up in here where we basically had a close twice, even though we tested up here. We had a close twice here, and we had a close back here. That was essentially when we started taking a downturn. So if we want to tighten up that channel a little bit and give ourselves a little bit more to look at, we'd be calling the 95.21 as our resistance up here, and we'll call the support level 88.20. A breakout of 95 and then settling above this 97.56 would give us a little bit more confidence that we're shooting for that 10.4. If we break through this support level of 88 and it's confirmed at 86.53, then the next support level that we're looking at would be in a range of 8,000 to 7,800, somewhere in there. All the other indicators on Bitcoin look bullish. The bulls are still in control. Our moving averages haven't quite caught up yet, so I'd like to see another week of strong movement against Bitcoin before we could really start taking a breather and making sure that this just isn't a bunch of noise sitting out here on the end of Bitcoin. Hopefully that makes sense to you. That's Bitcoin for you today. Okay, so looking at Litecoin, You asked about looking at it, we should. On the USD 1-day chart, it looks very similar to Ethereum and Bitcoin right now. We had some indecision about a day or two back, and then we got our decision made, and the bears took control of that day. Drilling down on an 8-hour chart, this channel that we've been trading in doesn't really apply right now, so let's get to some horizontal trading levels. And to start with, let's just use our Fibonacci tool to give us an idea of where we're at. So on the 8-hour chart, sitting at about $150, bulls are trying to take control back over this coin. The indicators are looking very positive that the bulls will take control back over this coin. So our next resistance level is going to be right in here at our 157 range. So let's draw some support and resistance lines to see where we're at. There's our top and bottom, and here's our interim. So the way it stands right now, if we continue to stay above this 147 range, then that'll become our support level on Litecoin. The upper end, the resistance level from there is a little iffy. We had some support back here, but we closed recently up here in the 163 range. So call it 160 to 163 as our resistance level. If we cannot break through that, then chances are we'll hit a double test of this resistance and then come back down and break through to the next level, which is 132. But again, all indicators on Litecoin right now is that the bulls want to take control back over Litecoin, and so we should be seeing us to at least test that 163, 165 range. And if the market in general stays on a positive bull run, then we could be testing in this 172, 175. So one of the first coins that we're going to look at that you asked for is Cardano ADA. And you also asked me to do these on the USD charts as much as possible, and so I will. I realize it's hard to translate Satoshis into dollars and all of that, so let's just take a look at it on the US. This is a painful chart for me to look at, quite honestly, because I own some Cardano, but let's just take a look at it together. Use our Fibonacci tool, retracement tool, like we talked about yesterday, which is basically using a mathematical equation to look at the cycles. We'll start there where it looks like it started to break down and kind of bring it over here to where it looks like we started taking off again. And interesting enough, you can see right now we're testing this support level in here at 25 cents. We've tested this resistance level that we were hoping to have it come as support at 32 cents. If we go down to the 8-hour where I like to be, then we can start drawing some tighter support and resistance lines. We'll use this as our current resistance line at 28 cents. We want to see it break through there and use that as support as we did back here so that we can start testing this 33 cent level again. So if we drill down into the 1-hour chart, we have a little bit more information to go off of. On the 8-hour chart, this was our resistance level. On the 1-hour chart, it looks like it could become our support here at 28 cents. The indicators on the chart show that we are due for a pullback a little bit, which would mean that this would now become our support level theoretically. But if we break through that, our next support comes in here. Our next support level comes in here somewhere right around 27 cents. And just to give us another level from there, let's just take a quick look. We'll call it there to here. Our next step up, if we can break through this 28 cent level, we'd be looking at 29, roughly a penny, and then 30. So those are your steps, right? Ultimately, you're going to go up, run out of steam a little bit, come back down, hopefully go back up again, and keep stepping up the ladder. So that's Cardano. All right, let's take a look at Tron right now on the USD 1-day chart. This is a little misleading because this is where the chart TradingView picks up. And I use TradingView. Some of you asked, I use TradingView as the site to do my charting. It is a free site. This is not a plug, but it is a free site. You can get some indicators for free on the chart. And then you can load up on more if you want to pay more. But this is all the information that we have on Tron right now, which is showing kind of a high in here of 7 cents. But actually it traded at one point in time around 25 cents, I think it was. So just don't look at this chart and say, oh gosh, we're hitting close to the highs that it's been at, because that's not the case. But you can see this parabolic rise up. We had these huge candles coming in here. They're starting to shorten up a little bit, so we may be losing some momentum, but we'll take a look at some other things. Let's drill down to the 8 hour. So yeah, we're getting a little consolidation here on Tron. So let's just use our Fibonacci tool to give us some general support levels. This isn't going to be perfect, but let's just see where we're at. It actually lines up pretty well, doesn't it? So we got support in here, we got resistance against there, some in here, so this is lining up pretty well. You can see it's sitting right here on this support level at the 6-7 cent range, which is where we're trading at right now. We've had a little bit of consolidation going on, like we talked about. Same thing that happened in here. All the other indicators on this coin are looking very bullish. It looks like we should have a little bit of a retracement coming in. But the bulls really have control over this coin. So our next level that we'd be looking at is 11 cents. If we can settle in here as support, we might step up and consolidate a couple times before we get there. But if we can't do that, then theoretically our next support level is at 5 cents. So we want to get a clear breakout past the 7 cent range. And if not, we want to be prepared to look at potentially dropping back down to 5 cents, or if we take a step down, we could potentially get another support level in here. But so if we're looking for a breakout, we're looking to break above that 7 cent range. If we're looking to break down, if we're going short on this coin, we're looking at that 5 cent mark. And that'll be Tron for you on the speed run. Okay, our final coin on the speed run, Digibyte. 1 day chart. We've got our Fibonacci lines laid out with some support and resistance for us to look at. We're going up right against that 38 cent resistance line right now. If we can break through that, the next level that we're looking at is the 23 cent range, 24, somewhere in there. The bulls have been trying to get up there to test it. And let's go down to the 8 hour chart. If we draw some horizontal and resistance levels in here right now, we're sitting at a resistance level of about 4 cents. So we want to break through that and then have that become our support. If the 3 1/3 cent doesn't hold our support, then we drop down to just below 2 cents. The bulls have marginal control over this coin right now, so we could see some consolidation come in here in this channel for a little bit. And we're also kind of seeing this double top here, so unless we can break through, we'll most likely end up trying to test the support level. That's Digibyte, and that'll wrap it up for today. Okay, so wrapping it up for today, don't forget to leave your comments below on the coins that you would like us to evaluate for you, and we'll try and get to as many of those as we can. Also, follow us on Twitter at AltCoinBuzzIO. Follow us on Instagram at AltCoinBuzz. Check out our podcast. It's all new and exciting. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the alert button so that you know when all the new content's coming on. It comes on all the time from a number of different folks. Also, check us out on Discord and Telegram. We're all over the place. Until next time, good luck with your trades.